class. Okay, we'll start with electrical safety. Okay, so electricity is a very important part of our lives. So everything is being plugged into the um, electricity. O yan. Parang hindi na tayo mabubuhay without electricity, right? Yan. Sa ngayon, parang hindi na tayo mabubuhay pag walang internet, more so pag walang kuryente. Yan. So it's a very important part of our lives. Okay, so electrical safety. So electrocution is the cause of 12% of deaths among young workers and third leading cause of work-related deaths among 16 and 17-year-olds. Okay, yung mga kabataan, no, medyo reckless. Okay, so the most common type of electrical injuries are shock, electrocution, burns, and falls. Can you see my PowerPoint, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes po.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
ayan. Okay, so ayan. So, electrical shock. So, meaning, touching a live wire in electrical ground will cause a shock. So, halimbawa, there's an open wire and then hindi kayo naka-insulated, yan, barefoot, and then meron kayong grounded metal, yan, exit, yan. So, there's a path, di ba? Makakuryente kayo if there is a path. Kasi ang tao is a conductor. Bakit nga ba tayo conductor? Because we are made of 70% ng body natin is water, di ba? And water is a good conductor. Yan. Lalo na pagbasa tayo, if we are wet, okay, nagda-drop yung resistance natin to 1,000 ohms. Okay? Pag tuyo, 1 mega ohm tayo or 1 million ohm. Okay? Pag basa, 1 kilo ohm. Kaya mas malaki yung chance natin na makuryente, mas malaki yung current na dadaloy sa atin if basa yung ating katawan. Okay? So, touching two live wires of different voltages will also cause electrical shock, of course. Ayan. And then, ayan. Severity of shock depends on the path of the current through your body, amount of current flowing through your body, length of time your body is in contact with the circuit. So low voltage does not mean low hazard. Kasi ano ba talaga ang nagko-cause ng death? Is it the voltage or the current? Voltage or current? Class. What causes death? Is it the voltage or the current? Hello?
Current
Yan.
po, ma'am.
Oh, thank you. It's actually the current. Okay? Kasi the current, the amount of electron that flows. Voltage is, ano yung voltage? Ano pinagkaiba ng voltage? Any idea? Layman's term. Voltage. What is the difference between voltage and current? Kasi talagang naman nakakalito siya, di ba? You have any idea what is voltage? Voltage is the one that carries the electrons or that pushes the current. It's like the vehicle. Okay. Yeah, and of course, let's say the car is the voltage and the passengers are the current. Okay, if you have car, you only have 4 passengers. If you have van, you have up until 18 passengers. Okay, so that means that the larger the vehicle is, that the larger the current it can accommodate. But not necessarily na mas malaki yung voltage mo, mas marami kang current kasi kagaya ng van, pwedeng hindi siya puno, di ba? But it can have a maximum capacity of 18 passengers. You understand the difference between voltage and current? Any question? Understand? Hello? Do you understand the difference between voltage and current? Is it clear?
Yes po, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
But low voltage does not mean low hazard. Okay? Kasi kahit na mababa yung voltage, mababa yung current, but if you've been exposed for a long period of time, so you'll be also in danger. Why? Because may mga current din na nagpo-flow sa body natin, di ba? That is that is emitted from the brain throughout our body. Tama ba? Yan. Pag matagal ka naka-expose sa current na yon, yan, external current, so you're also hampering the signals coming from the brain. Yan. May mga kuryente din tayo sa loob ng ating katawan. And actually, it only takes around milliampere. Yan. 30 milliampere enough to kill you for a certain period of time. So it means that above 30 milliampere, o ba 150 milliampere, o yan, pwede mo na ikamatay agad-agad yun. More so if you are working as an electrical engineer. Kasi electrical engineer, you are working with minimum of 220 volts up until 1,000 of volts or may perhaps kilovolts. Yan, yung mga nag-ano, 35,000 kilovolts yan, di ba? Yung sa mga high grid na sa tower. Okay? And then burns from electricity are, so we have electrical burns, arc burns, thermal contact burns. Okay. So, electrical burns, ito yung, you have two contacts. Yan. Inano mo, hinawakan mo, di ba? Kasi ang kuryente, yan, may dalawa lagi ang wire nga, di ba? Dalawa lagi yung terminals nga. Okay? So, pag nawakan mo pareho, that is, dadalo yung current sa'yo, so that is electrical burns. What about arc burns? Arc burns is, pag tumatalon, parang tumatalon, di ba? Like from one wires to another. Because dahil sa laki ng, sa lakas ng voltage, so, nagkaroon siya ng enough energy to na tumawid sa kabilang wire. So that is arc burns, such as in a parang sa welding, ano. And then you also have the thermal contact burns, okay? Thermal contact burns. So whenever there is a flow of current or flow of electrons, ano nangyayari sa wire? Ano nangyayari sa wire pag may dumadaloy na kuryente? Ano nangyayari sa wire pag may dumadaloy na kuryente? Sa battery. Nung high school kayo, nag-experiment kayo about that, yung battery? Hello? Ayun. Thank you, Miguel. Okay. Nagpo-produce ng heat. Yes. Whenever there's a flow of electricity or flow of current, so meron tayong heat. Okay. Kaya, syempre, the higher the current or electricity that flows through that wire, so mas malaki yung heat generated. Okay, so that is the thermal contact burns. Okay, electrical burns can occur when you come into direct contact with electricity. Ito, mild pa yan. Okay? Mild pa yung sample na yan. But there are cases, yan, usually yung mga talagang working with live wire, yan, nagkakaroon sila ng dismemberment. Ibig sabihin, napuputulan sila instantly ng braso, ayan, parts of their being body is being cut off kasi talagang they're being charred. Okay? Naging uling instantly. Okay? So, ganun katindi yung electrical burns. Ayan. Kaya, delikado din mag-electrical engineer, no? Buhay mo din yung nakataya doon. Especially when you are working with live wires. Okay. What else? Okay. An arc occurs when there's a gap between conductors and current travels through air. Yan, yun nga, parang tumatalo yung kuryente. Okay, and thermal contact burns, okay, occur when electricity ignites combustible material. Okay, so you have the electricity igniting like petrol or gasoline. Ayan. Another common type of electrical injury is falling. Yan, may experience a shock, of course, magugulat ka. Ayan. So, that's why a fall can result in serious injury or death. Kaya it is important that, especially sa mga industry, dapat talaga laging body system. Ayan, kagaya nung explanation last time, So, body system so that, alam nila kung saan ka papunta, kung sino, kung may, for para pag may accident, okay, may maka-report naman sa'yo. Ayan, kasi sa industry, no, when you're working, every second counts. O, kagaya nangyari sa Taiwan, bigla siyang na-spill ng hydrofluoric acid. So, in 5 minutes, patay ka. Kung meron saan siyang kasama doon, na na-spill siya ng hydrofluoric acid at naka-spill siya ng powder, okay, powder to neutralize the acid, pwede siyang mabuhay, di ba? Pero kung when you're alone, wala, you're helpless. Okay? Any question, class? You can interrupt me anytime. Any question? Okay naman? We're good? Are we good? Okay, so electrical hazards. Okay, so to avoid injury, should be aware of electrical hazards. So exposed electrical parts, overloaded circuits, defective insulation, improper grounding, damaged power tools, overhead power lines, and wet conditions. Okay, so ito yung mga titingnan nyo sa bahay nyo, ha? So, this will be part of your exam. Electrical hazard. So, meron bang electrical hazard sa bahay nyo? Pag wala, wag nyo nang pilitin, okay? Pag meron yon, videohan nyo, and then you make recommendations to your parents what you should do with those hazards, okay? Ayan. Ayan. So, some of the exposed electrical parts. Ayan. So, let's say you have a breaker boxes without cover. Yan, electrical terminals in motors, appliances, and electronic equipment. So, kailangan talaga pag may mga kuryente, laging may cover, such as this one. Ito, wala pala, no? Sorry. Ito, wala siyang naka-expose. Dapat may cover man lang yan. Hindi pwede plastic. Dapat it's either glass. Dapat glass kasi plastic pwedeng masunog. Yan, pwedeng masunog, no? It's either tempered glass. O siguro kung plastic, yung high, yung mataas yung ano niya, yung pagkasunog, yung treated na plastic, hindi siya ordinary plastic. Plastic that is suitable for electrical use. Okay? Ayan. Siyempre, mga electrical terminals in a motor. So, di ba, pag electricity, so meron tayong tinatago pa yan sa mga wirings, may proper insulations yan. Yan. And sa mga terminals, yung mga dulo-dulo, dapat meron pa rin treatment dyan. Nakatago pa rin dapat yan. Wala dapat naka-expose kasi delikado. Lalo na pag motors. Yan. Motors. Bakit kaya? Bakit kaya? You have any idea bakit kaya? Sa mga motors, bakit kailangan nakatago yung mga terminals? Electric fans, pwede rin yon. Bakit kaya? You have any idea? Ano ba ang yung mga motors, ano bang ano nila? Ano yung kayarian? How are they made? They are made of ano ba? Any idea? Any idea? There's no right or wrong here. Hello? Yun, dahil po sa call. Ayan. May idea yata to si Miguel. Ano bang, ano mo, STEM ka ba nung senior high? Yes, dahil po sa coil. Tama yun, no? Because motors are made of, general made of coils. Ayan. Yung coils is stores current. Yan, stores current. Capacitor stores voltages, but coils stores current. Sabi na nga natin kanina, it is actually the current that kills, okay? But voltage, ayan, kagaya sa arc, ayan, pag mataas yung voltage mo, kayang talunin ng current yung wires. Yan, yun naman ang nagagawa ni voltage, okay? Dahil po sa coil, tama, no? Even if, kahit na matagal naka-unplug, ano, because coil stores current, it can still electrocute you. Yan, kaya ingat-ingat kayo sa coils. Yan. Mga motors, electric fans, yan, sa mga pumps, ayan. Ano pa? Okay? So, overcurrent protection devices include circuit breakers, fuses, ground fault, circuit interrupters. Okay, circuit breakers, ito yung nasa Ewan ko kung nakapasok ka kayo sa faculty room, pero ito yung mga ino-on off sa mga laboratory rooms. Yan. Pinapa-off to lagi ng prof nyo bago kayo umalis. And fuses. Fuse. Yan. Have you seen fuse? Let's say yung mga nasa usually made of glass. And then sa loob ng glass, you have a very thin wire. Have you seen one? Have you seen one? Sa mga electronics, ganun lang eh, no? Maliit lang siya. Glass. Parang siyang fluorescent bulb. Tapos there's a very thin wire inside. Have you seen one? Fuse? Glass? Have you seen one? Glass? Tatagal tayo nito pag ayaw sumagot. Yes or no lang. Okay. Si Joel, nakakita na daw yan. Okay. Ayan. Ito yung tsura ng fuse. Okay? So, ito yung ginagamit sa mga um, electronics. Okay? So, kung mag-workshop kayo, gagamit kayo ng ganito. Ayan. So, sa fuse, yan, dapat laging, kung sinabi 1 ampere yung fuse, dapat 1 ampere din ipapalit nyo. Di ba? Kasi ang purpose ng fuse is, in case of or current, so yung wire, you have the thin wire at the center. So, magaan siya. Ayun. Mag-open, mababali, mapuputol, okay? Mapuputol. Okay, but what if you have 1 ampere yung nasira and walang 1 ampere na fuse? It's either you buy lower or higher rating. Which one you will use? Sa amplifier po meron po. Yes, sa mga electronic devices, may mga fuse, okay? Para in case there is a sudden overcurrent, ayan, hindi masisira yung gamit nyo, kundi yung fuse. Ayan. Kasi minsan, di ba, yung sa kuryente na Meralco, biglang tumataas yun eh. Yun. Ang alam nyo lang, 220, pero it actually fluctuates from 200, minsan nagto 260 yun. Ayan, nagpa-fluctuate siya. Okay. Ayan, going back sa fuse. If you have, let's say, 1 ampere rating fuse, walang available. It's either you buy the lower or the higher. Which one you will buy? In replacement of 1 ampere. Anong bibili nyo? Class, sige na, bilisan nyo nang sumagot. Ayan, thank you, Carissa. Lower. Lower. Ayan. Lower. Why lower? It's okay. It's okay. Okay, why lower? Kasi po, ano ba, 1 ampere. Okay, so the equipment, let's say power supply is designed to operate at 1 ampere. Okay, nasira si 1 ampere na fuse. Okay, so and then you go to the store, kaya lang sabi, walang 1 ampere. So either you buy lower or higher. Okay, so you buy the lower. Why? Kasi pag higher yung binili mo doon, let's say you have 2 ampere, okay, pumasok yung higher current, hindi nasira si fuse, pero umusok na yung power supply mo. Okay? Pero pag lower, let's say you have, kasi pag sabing 1 ampere rating, may ano pa yan eh, allowance. Okay? Not necessarily na 1 ampere man talaga ang pumapasok sa transformer mo. Parang 1 ampere, that is already a worst case scenario. Okay? Um, pag, let's say you have the 3/4 amp, yung fuse na ginamit mo, okay, and then suddenly, may pumasok na high current, ang una masira fuse mo, and your equipment will be spared. Okay? But of course, ideally, bibili mo yung equal. But if you have no choice and you're in desperate need to use the equipment as soon as possible, then you have to resort to the slightly lower rating. Okay? Oh, good morning din, Brian and Ruben. Okay. May mga absent kayo na dahil sa Lani. Okay, what else? Ito pala. Oh, ito yung sa mga bahay-bahay, ganun na itsura, no, fuse. Okay, a fuse contains an internal part that melts and shuts off if the current is overload. So, sobra na sa kuryente. Kasi, bakit ba nasisira yung fuse? Because of the heat. Sabi yung current produces heat. Okay, flows of electron produces heat. And then you have the ground fault circuit interrupter, detects current leaking from circuit to ground, shuts the current off. Okay. So meron na ring mga ano yan, ang tawag nito, extension cords na may gantong features, ground fault circuit interrupters. Okay, defective insulation. To protect electrical wires are insulated by plastic or rubber coverings. Okay. Insulation prevents conductor from coming in contact with each other and with people. Make sure the insulation tools and cords you're using is not damaged. So you have to, do you use extension cords in your house? Gumagamit pa kayo ng extension cords?
Yes po.
Yes, ano, but you have to
Yes.
check it. Yes, so we all do. Okay. But you have to check your extension cords regularly. Kasi kahit yung mga plastic, yan, lahat ng bagay sa mundo, meron tinatawag na expiration date. Ayan, um, kahit yung mga wires, yung mga plastic na to, nagdi-disintegrate din to in time. Okay? Kahit yung wiring sa bahay natin, kailangan magpa-rewire ka from time to time. Okay? May several years, 10 to 20 years. I'm not sure kung ilang taon, but you have to change the electrical wirings. Yan. Kasi yung plastic insulation, halimbawa, yung ilaw nyo sa bahay nyo, parang okay pa rin naman, di ba? But you have to change it after several years. A decade naman, matagal-tagal naman. Kasi why? Because nagdi-disintegrate na rin yung plastic insulation. And pag nag-disintegrate yung plastic insulation, so you already have an exposed electrical wires. Ayan. Ayun ang dahilan ng mga fires. Napapansin nyo, pag may ano, ano yung kalimitang nasusunog? Mga lumang bahay, di ba? Tama ba? Sa mga balita, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Lumang bahay. Anong sinasabi ng mga bombero? Faulty electrical wirings. Bakit ganun? Bakit ganun? Kahit sa mga sasakyan, alam mo yung class, kahit sa mga sasakyan, bagong-bago pero nasusunog, di ba? Electrical wiring din yun. Faulty electrical wiring. Ano ibig sabihin ng faulty electrical wiring? May mga exposed wires na sila. Kaya the uh, uh, do not belittle the pwedeng gawin ng faulty electrical wirings. Pero mo, ang sasakyan, ano ang battery ng sasakyan? Ilang volts lang yan. 12 volts, di ba? Pero it can ignite the whole car in a matter of seconds. Ganun katindi, no? Kuryente. Yan, huwag maliitin yung kuryente, no? Mga lumang bahay, bakit biglang nasusunog? Wala man tao. Di ba? Wala man tao doon. Bakit biglang nasusunog? Ayan, dahil sa mga exposed wires din, ayan, yung mga electrical insulation, ano na, tawag nito, expired na, nalusaw na sa tagal ng panahon. Yan, kaya kailangan magpaparewire din kayo from time to time. Yan. Groundings, okay? Ayan. Yun. Di ba, may nabibili tayong ganito. Usually, tiyatanggalan natin yan, pero hindi dapat, Ayan. And then you have the power tools that are damaged or not properly maintained. Ito, yan, kasi may ano din to um, may motor din,
May
di ba?
motor.
Pag may motor, yan, merong coil. Basta may coil, delikado yan. Because again, coils stores current. Okay? Coils stores current. Kahit matagal na yung, kala mo, ilang taon na yung naka-stuck dyan. Ayan. Tapos, bigla nyo hahawakan, no? Kasi kala nyo safe. Ayan. Mas-shock na lang kayo. Ayan, kasi coil. And, ano pa? To protect you from shock, ayan, Have three-wire cord with ground and be plugged into grounded receptacle. So, alam to ng mga electrical, yung mga house wiring. Double insulated, powered by a low voltage isolation transformer. Nasa ibang bansa siguro to. Ayan. Okay, overhead power lines. Overhead power lines are not usually insulated and cause more than half of all electrocutions. Ito yung sa mga nagsasaranggola. 'Di ba? Mga nagsasaranggola. Kasi yung nasa grid, yung mga nasa towers, 35,000 yon, 'di ba? Yung nandiyan, yung mga ito, yung mga post na yan, mga 12,000 na lang yan. Ayan, tapos sa mga bahay-bahay natin, mga 200. Ayan, kaya medyo malaki-laki pa rin, ano. And then wet conditions. Okay, wet conditions are hazardous because become an easy path for electrical current. Kagaya nito, ayan, hindi dapat, 'di ba? Kuryente at tubig pinagsasama. Ayan, hindi dapat. Ayan. Malito. Ewan ko kung anong industry to. Anyway, ayan. Nakita naman sa picture, ano. Pero hindi dapat yan. There are many circumstances that create wet conditions, so standing water, wet clothing, high humidity, and perspiration. Ayan, pawis na pawis ka o kaya humid. Sa atin, humid, ano? Yan, ano ba ibig sabihin ng humidity? You have a high moisture in air. Yan. And then we have ayan. Start safe, stay safe by using the following safe work practices. Inspect cords before each use. Never overload the circuit. Stay away from all unguarded conductors. Unplug. Pull on the plug, not on the cord. Ayun. Pag nag-unplug kayo, ang bubunutin nyo ay yung mismong plastic, hard plastic, hindi yung wire. Okay? And don't wear jewelry or use other metal objects around electrical equipment. So, yung mga electrician, they don't wear jewelry when working around. Yung mga sing-sing. Okay? So, you have a watch here, then you have a ring here. Tapos, nagkamali kayo ng hawak. So, meron ka na agad path. Okay? Let's say this is the entrance, this is the exit. Kaya makakuryente ka. Ayan. And of course, kung hindi mo alam ang ginagawa mo, huwag ka ring dunong-dunungan, di ba? Tama ba yun? Dapat kung kuryente, lalo na pag kuryente, dapat yung marunong sa kuryente ang maggagawa nun. Okay? Ayan. Mga electrician, electrical engineers, yan. Marunong sa house wiring. But being a vet students, okay? So at least alam nyo kung paano mag-spot ng hazards, okay? Hazards. Okay. Then you report it to the proper authority kung sino man yung proper na gagawa niyan, okay? Ayan. Never overload the circuit. Ito rin, isa rin to sa dahilan ng sunog. Okay? Bukod sa, halimbawa, matanda na yung bahay. Pag matanda na yung bahay, nagme-melt na yan. Nagkakaroon na ng expiration ng insulation, di ba? Isa din sa cause ng sunog is overload circuit. Ano ba ibig sabihin itong overload circuit? You have any idea? You have any idea? Ano ibig sabihin na overload circuit? We might all be guilty of this one. Ano bang ginagawa dito? Ayan, marami pong nakasaksak. Paano nangyayari yung marami nakasaksak? Halimbawa, dalawa lang yung outlet, di ba? Tapos daw nakasaksak. How is it possible? Marami nakasaksak. Ayan, multiple through the use of extension. Tinatawag nila octopus connection. Nagkakabit extension sa extension sa extension. Yes, octopus wiring. Actually, meron ng accident, ano ang pangalan ng club na yun? Nakalimutan ko na. Sa mga clubs, there was one, Ozone Disco. Have you heard of it? Ozone Disco. Ayun. Kasi it's been, 20 years ago. Pero alam niyo pa rin yun. Okay? So, ozone disco, cause of fire is octopus connection. So, maaring isang outlet, kinapitan ng extension, ng extension, ng extension. Yun. Ang bawat outlet, Okay, so may rating yan, di ba? Circuit breaker, let's say, maximum of 5 amperes lang. Ayan. Eh, kabit ng kabit ng kabit. Ang mga kinabit pa, mga let's say, mga amplifiers, ayan, mga sound system, malalaki yung current requirement niya, di ba? May electric fan pa, may ano. So, ang dami na. At as in, maaring, kasi pag sabi natin 5 amperes, hindi naman ibig sabihin na 5 amperes talaga ang ikakarga mo doon. It should be less than that. Kasi pag 5 amperes, that's already your limit. Okay? So, pag 5 amperes, may possibility na uminit and worse kapag nag-exceed ka pa sa 5 amperes. Okay? Ang sobrang po ng electricity na pumapasok at di compatible, yun sinasaksak sa saksakan. Mhm. Octopus wiring. Siyempre, pag marami ka na nakasaksak, yan, maraming demand sa current, umiinit na masyado yung wire. Okay. Yan, yung going back sa ozone disco, yan. Ozone disco, yan, sa octopus wiring. You should be, dapat conscious kayo sa mga ganun, ano, wag saksak ng saksak. Ang nangyari doon is, yun nga, multiple connections, nagkaroon ng fire. And marami. Kaya dahil doon, maraming pagbabago. Okay. Mamaya, ano pa tayo, fire and earthquake safety. Okay. Next, we have, ayan,
Ma'am,
safe work, yes.
ma'am, kapag dumikit po ba yung sinaksak mo dun sa outlet, overload po ba matatawag yun?
Paano dumikit?
Yung di ba ma'am, may sinaksak ka ma'am sa outlet ma'am, tapos ano ma'am, hindi mo na siya mahugot. Parang dumikit na yung, nasunog na yung ano ma'am. Yung,
Nag-meltdown yung plastic mo?
opo,
Oh, masyado
overload ba matatawag yun ma'am?
Hindi ko sure, pero baka faulty yung wire mo in the beginning. Meron talagang hindi maganda yung pagka-fused nung wirings mo. Tapos, nung sinaksak mo siya, yung hindi sturdy yung pag-wires mo sa plug,
Okay.
then baka perhaps you just have to change the plug. Oo. Pero pa-check mo din kasi baka mamaya yung pinagsaksakan mo naman mismo yung may problema. Oo, mga exposed wires.
Okay po ma'am.
Oo,
Thank you
kasi
po.
mga exposed wires can cause fires. Oo, delikado din yun kasi nag-melt na yung plastic, di ba? May langgam. Yes, langgam. Actually, yung mga telecoms, yan din ang problema nila, langgam. Internet connectivity, langgam din minsan na nagkukos ng kaya wala tayong internet. Okay? Oh, lakas din ng langgam. Ayan. Kasi gusto din naman langgam nangungutkot ng ano no, ng insulation. Ayan, safe work practices, trainings. Ayan. Ito train naman kayo nito, lalo na if you are an electrician, okay? The energized equipment, lalo na sa mga may coils, motors, okay? Use lockout and tag procedures, use insulating PPEs, okay? Maintain safety stance. Okay. Minsan may mga mask pa yan eh. Para in case na biglang sumabog, hindi naman maano yung mukha nyo, no? Ayan. Para ka ring astronaut dapat. Lalo na if you're working with a high voltage. Okay? Summary, know the hazards, plan your work, safety, avoid wet working conditions, and avoid overhead power lines. Ayan. Kaya hindi dapat tayo nagsaranggola sa malapit sa mga kawad ng kuryente. Ayan. And wear correct PPE for the job. Ano nga pa ang course ko? MECT? You're MECT, right? Tama ba? Ano bang course natin? EMT,
Yes
MECT.
po.
MECT. Okay, you're
Next
MECT.
po.
Oo, more or less din naman kayo ang gagawa ng ganito. Not unless, okay, sa electrical safety, not unless you will be trained anew as an electrician. Okay? Kasi hindi naman basta-basta yan. Yan. Lalo na, ganyan, kuryente, lives are at stake. So, kailangan nyo ng lisensya. Yan, may lisensya yan. Last, we have the earthquake and fire safety. Okay. Ayan. Bisa na natin. Okay. Ano ba pinagkaiba ng earthquake and fire? So, syempre, alam naman natin, I mean sa drill. Yan, sa drill. Pag nagdi-drill, di ba? Sa school, may mga drills tayo, di ba? Anong pinagkaiba ng fire? Lalo na pag-respond, pag fire and earthquake. Pag fire, ano gagawin natin agad pag fire? Class. May pinagkaiba yan eh. Iba yung respond mo pag fire. Iba rin dapat ang respond mo pag earthquake. Anong gagawin natin pag may fire? Class, pag may fire, anong gagawin natin? Dapat? Ang pinagkaiba ng earthquake sa
Dapat,
fire.
ma'am.
Hello?
Ay, ma'am.
Hello? Yes. Anong gagawin pag may fire?
Unang-una po sa lahat, ma'am, kumuha ng towel, tapos basahin po yun. Tapos yun po yung gagawin pang cover sa katawan mo, kaya pati
Ah,
dun
yes.
sa
Oo.
ilong mo. Pero pag
Oo.
na-stuck ka naman dun sa loob, tapos wala kang mapagkunan ng mga towel o kaya di mo mabasa, dumapa ka po, tapos dahan-dahan ka maglakad palabas, tapos titignan mo yung taas kung nasusunog ba o hindi, para hindi ka
Gagapang. Gagapang ka.
gagapang ka po. Kasi yung usok po pataas po, hindi po sa pababa. Pag
Okay.
earthquake naman po, pag nandoon na yung shock, hindi po muna magpapanik. Pupunta ka dun sa pwede kang makover. Halimbawa po dun sa ilalim ng lamesa, o kaya pupunta ka dun sa sa may poste kung saan yung matibay na pundasyon. O kaya kukuha ka ng libro, itapal mo dun sa ulo mo. Tapos titignan mo rin yung ceiling kung may mahuhulog ba, o kaya kung ano yung katabi mo, kung natutumba ba yon, para hindi ka ma-injured, para makalabas ka rin. Unang-una
Yeah.
pa sa lahat, gamit yung isip bago yung panic.
Ayan.
Dati hindi pa kinakabahan.
Ayan. Thank you. Thank you. Well said, no? Ayan. Sabi ni Joel, pray muna. Brian, huwag magpanik. And tumawag agad ng bombero. Ayan, tatawag ka ng bombero. Ang problema, hindi makapunta agad yung bombero. But then, tama yung sinabi ni Rimuel, no? The difference between the earthquake and fire. Sa fire, you have to get out immediately. Okay? Kasi may nabasa ako, no? Yan na, sa isang building. Yan. Kasi kampante sila kasi isang building, no? Ayan, may mag-shutdown pa ng computer. Mga ganong kwento, Pero when you see fire, you have to go out immediately. Wag na, leave as soon as possible. Okay? Leave as soon as possible. But of course, if you have a fire extinguisher sa katabi mo, you may use fire extinguishers kung maliit pa ang fire. But then if you have meron ng fire sa katabing office nyo or katabing area nyo, yeah, you have to go out immediately. Yun ang fire, don't waste any second. Every second counts. Whereas sa earthquake, yan, ito yung sa earthquake. Can you see the PowerPoint, class? Can you see the PowerPoint?
Yes, ma'am.
Ayan.
Yes
Ito yung
po.
sa earthquake. No, ito yung sasabi kanina ni Remuel. Ayan. Earthquake, drop, cover, and hold. Hindi naman tayo pwedeng lumabas agad pag ma-earthquake kasi mahihilo pa tayo niyan. Hindi mo alam kung tama ba yung paglalakad mo. Di ba? Para kang lasing. Ayan. As much as possible, drop, cover, and hold. Ayan. Hold. Talagang humawak siya sa no? Tama to, no? Talagang humawak siya sa may mesa. Yan. Kasi minsan baka gumalaw din yung mesa, at least kasama siya sa paggalaw. Pero alam niyo ba na pinakamagandang taguan pag earthquake around books. Yan, 'di ba? May mga nakastack ang books, mga papers. Ayan, kasi ang papel, 'di ba, pagka na-compress na siya, hindi na siya mako-compress, talaga na-compress no matter how heavy yung nasa taas. Ayan. Actually, kung meron kang naka-compile na books diyan, mas safe 'yun. Ayan, yan ang pagkaiba ng earthquake. Ayan, wrap, cover, and hold. Kasi pero alam mo minsan talaga class kahit na kung gaano kung malakas talaga yung earthquake, no, parang wala tayong kawala doon, no, talagang pray talaga muna, kagaya nga ng sinabi ni Joel. Kagaya na sa Baguio. Ayan. Kung isang buong building yung 1991 earthquake. 991 earthquake sa Baguio yun. Yan, high school ako noon. Nakakahilo sa around Laguna, Laguna, okay? Nakakahilo na Laguna. Lalo na siguro sa epicenter ng Baguio, sobra. May isang hotel doon talagang pinagsak, no? Ilang floors, 7-story yun, pero ilang floors yung nalubog sa ilalim ng lupa. And they are being buried alive. Buhay pa yung mga tao noon, yung naano siya, yung lumubog yung may convention kasi doon eh. And ang mga kilalang tao, asawa ng mga kilalang tao yun nandun. No? Noong una nakakausap pa nila kasi buhay pa naman sila doon. Kaya lang umuulan, unti-unti pinapasok sila ng putik, yun, hanggang sa hindi na sila na-rescue na they've run out of oxygen. Okay? Kaya talagang nakakalungkot, ano. Ayan. How about sa fire? Okay, sa fire naman, so kung sa earthquake, you have to drop, cover, and hold. Sa fire naman, if you still have an opportunity to extinguish the fire, so know that there are different types of fire extinguishers. You have water, foam, powder, CO2, and wet chemicals. But of course, water are only used for wood, paper, and textiles. Okay? And yung foam extinguishers, sabi dito, these are class A and class B. Class B are petrols, okay? And can also be used for kuryente, ito, 35 kilovolts, okay? Pero pag saan natin class B, ito yung mga fuels, yung mga gasoline, yan. CO2 fire extinguishers, ayan, yung dry ice, ayan, CO2 powder to, di ba? Powder, pag nilabas. Ayan. Originally used for use on flammable liquids. Okay, ideal for electrical fires kasi CO2 is a non-conductor. Non-conductor. Yan. And then you also have ABC powder fire extinguishers. Parang ito yung nasa school, ano? ABC fire extinguishers are extremely versatile fire extinguishers. Okay, ideal for mixed fire risk. Kasi sa school, mixed fire naman talaga. Pwedeng electrical, pwedeng chemical, pwedeng other factors. Okay. And wet chemical fire extinguishers, ito yun sa mga siya, highly flammable. Yan, burning oil and fats. Napakahirap na nito. Napakahirap na pag sinabing burning oil and fats, napakahirap na siyang extinguish. So that is for wet chemical fire extinguishers. So perhaps ito yung ginamit din yung may nasunog na factory ng tsinelas. Ano, yan, kasi highly flammable din yung rubbers. Okay? So, ano pa ba? Question. Question. Ayan. So that's all for now. Wala kayong question? Ayan. So I'll update you for your you make a video presentation. Okay? First, electrical hazards. Assessment yun ng electrical hazards sa bahay. Sa bahay nyo, ha? And then, if you see one, okay, kindly make recommendations to your parents. So, huwag nyo namang utusan yung magulang nyo na ipagawa nyo na to tayo, electrical hazards to. Yan. Kung wala kayong makita, huwag nyo naman pilitin na magkaroon. Okay? So, that means your house is compliant with electrical safety. Okay? So, that's the video number 1. And video number 2, ayan. So, video number 2 is you have to demonstrate paano kayo mag-escape kapag in case of fire and in case of earthquake. Okay? Earthquake drill and fire drill. Parang ganon. Okay? So, ayan. Kung meron pa kayong buzzer na meron kayong sound props. Okay, you make use of props. Okay? So, tatlong gagawin nyo ha. Electrical assessment. Okay? Kung may hazards ba or wala. Kung if there's, kung meron, please make recommendations to your parents. Okay? Isama nyo yung parents nyo sa video, kausapin nyo. Okay? Pag wala, sabihin nyo pa rin sa parents nyo na compliant yung bahay nyo sa electrical safety. Okay. You will only make recommendations, hindi kayo mag-uutos. Okay. And then, the second, third video is you have to demonstrate the fire drill and the earthquake drills. Dapat may props kayo, sound, okay? Buzzer usually, di ba? Or siren. Magkaiba ang tunog ng fire, magkaiba ang tunog ng earthquake. Okay? Question. That's for your finals, term test. Until 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 Sunday only. Until Sunday only ha. Okay? Question.
Ma'am, this week po. This coming
Oo.
Sunday.
Oo, hanggang ngayong Sunday na lang. Short video lang naman ito. Okay. Maximum of 2 minutes. Okay. 1 minute for your 1 minute for your electrical hazards and take 30 seconds tong fire and um, earthquake drills. Okay. And then upload it to our FB group. Okay?
Sige po.
Okay na?
Ako,
Question.
Wala po.
Okay. So,
ako yung wala.
hindi kita marinig. Ano ulit po yun? Ano po yun ulit? Okay, I will upload the instructions later. Okay? So, I will notify you. Mga around lunchtime. Again, Alessandra, I can't hear you talaga. Sorry, I can't hear you clearly. Medyo choppy.
Ma'am, paano po yung walang kasamang parents?
Eh, di yung kasama mo sa bahay. Do you have any guardian? Ha?
Quarantine po ako.
May guardian ka, Alessandra? Ate, kuya, okay. Or landlord mo, landlady. Hello? Ala. Choppy na ako, class. Choppy na. Pag walang kasamang parents sa bahay, ate, kuya, whoever it is that is older than you. Okay?
Okay po, ma'am. Thank
Nag-fluctuate yung connections ko, nag-low bigla. Any question? Any question? None? Okay, so I hope to see you next term. Second year na kayo, ano? Second year. Online class pa rin tayo, ano? Online class hanggat hindi pa na-resolve si COVID. Okay. But perhaps, I don't know, second or third term pa tayo magkakaroon ng face-to-face learning. Okay? So, that's all for now. Yan, may chat pa tayo dito. Okay? Okay. Okay. Ayan. Sige. Bye!